Badzinger went 40-0 in the World Championship qualifiers, and in today's video I'm going to show you some of the insane strategies they use to break down the toughest bases in the world. Sui Lalo at Town Hall 15, I had the exact same reaction as you, and I had to put it in this video. This attack from ND is insane. So coming in with the King and Titan on the back end, they're going to work together. Queen here, and you're actually going to see in a second, we're going to place down the launcher. There's the log launcher, and I'm going to pause it here, because often you'll see players do Zap Lalo, and they do this kind of very similar Sui. Maybe they don't use the Titan, but they'll do a very similar Sui. But have a look at this base, right? There's not really a lot of Zap value on the back end of the base. All you could get is a multi-inferno, and that's just not really worth it. So ND goes, oh well, I'm not going to zap anything, we're just going to Sui as much as we can, and then with my Lalo, I'm going to bring 6 freezes. I mean, this is ridiculous. You don't see this many freezes in any attacks, let alone Sui Lalo. Quite simply, this attack's ridiculous. Like, I cannot believe he had the guts to pull this off in a World Championship qualifier. Now we've got the Golem coming in, like as if this attack it wasn't cool enough already. We've got a Golem with our Queen Sui. Now you can see why we brought the Titan. Titan not only helps with the Skelly Traps, but also demolishes the CC. Queen is chilling on the bottom side, and all she has to do is get rid of the Scatter and Defensive Queen. We take down the Rage Tower in the center with the Log Launcher, which is huge. We can't have that Rage Tower be up for our Lalo. Queen is chilling on the bottom side because that Skeleton spell is doing a beautiful job tanking. The Titan's going to deal with the Hound on the top side of the base. Perfectly done by the Titan there. And look at all this value. It's so much value. Now, obviously, we could have zapped this multi if we wanted, but that zapping that multi wouldn't have allowed us to get much more value with our Sui, and B, why zap it if you can just bring 6 freeze spells? I can't believe that. So here goes the first one. I'm actually surprised he didn't use this first one earlier to stop the Rage Tower going off at all. But this is just going to be a mini Lalo here. I actually really like this. So the Queen goes down. We're not trying to overwhelm this compartment here because all of our loons could potentially die on the Town Hall. We've got a bigger group of loons on the top side. The Lava Hound is tanking beautifully. And as is customary with Zap Lalo attacks, we're going to use our Royal Champion separate from the rest of the Lalo. A Skeleton spell to help her out. Mass Headhunters in. And we could just keep freezing. We've still got 3 freeze spells. Loons that weren't on the Town Hall Poison come in and are going to take down the Monolith, and we're just going to keep freezing. Like, how can you kill a Royal Champion if your base can't output any damage on her? We've still got a freeze and an invis. There goes the final freeze. Look, this isn't an overkill, but did it ever really look like failing? No. It did not. This attack was completely controlled by ND, and what a beautiful attack, saying, well, just because there isn't zap value on the back end doesn't mean I can't do like a Sui Lalo type attack. I'm just going to keep those extra 6 or 7 spells for myself, add it to the Lalo, and dominate the base. That last attack was a perfect exhibition of breaking down the base and seeing its weaknesses, and this is going to be no different here from Dimmer. So coming in with a Blizzard, but have a look at this Blizzard, right? Do you see any gobs come out of it? Nope. I do not either. So he deliberately lands his blimp away from the Town Hall, and he's actually got 5 Super Wizards. No trash troops or anything, and this was just genius to me. Can't complain about bringing an extra Super Wizard, but more importantly, there's just no real room for giant bombs. Like, worst case scenario here, he hits 1 giant bomb, but that's not going to kill them. There's not actually room for any more traps. Now we use a rocket balloon and a baby drag on the top side, as you see there, to set the funnel. And look at this, coming in with Edrags. So we use the Ice Hound. I really like this Ice Hound. It's tanking basically everything at the moment. Queen, air defense, you name it. And what that's allowing us to do is save our Warden ability for the core. Because look at this Rage Tower here. Yeah, that Rage Tower is going to do a lot of work. So the longer we can save our Warden ability with the Edrags, which is not normally what you do with the army, the better. But I really like the Edrags choice on this, because look at the chains through the base. Look at how compact this section of the base is here, and how compact these all are. He's going to get insane chains with the Edrags, and it's just perfect base identification again. Blizzard Edrags is not necessarily the most OP army in the game. No one's going to claim that it is. But if you use it on the right base, you will triple it. And look, there goes the Warden ability to negate the Eagle shots. And just look at these chains through the base. Look at the Edrags on the top side. I mean, it's just so much value. Now, the Edrags will go down because rage defenses are crazy, but we've got plenty of freeze spells. Notice how Dimmer brought more freeze than he did rage, and I mean, the core is gutted. The core is completely gutted, and we've finally put our heroes down. That's right, because we set the funnel originally on the top side with a couple of rocket balloons and a baby drag, and the funnel on the other side with the blizzard, we could just put the heroes wherever the hell we want, and this base is crushed. I'm going to be honest, he probably could have swagged his king and queen. He only really needed the RC for the back end of this base. He is going to place the royal champion down. The only reason is, well, if it comes down to time, then you want to get your triple as quickly as possible. But if this was Legends League, Dimmer would be swagging all over this. Completely crushed this base. Really smart Blizzard. You can see the troop bar here. He did use 5 super wizards. There was no room for traps, the base wasn't expecting it, and he took advantage. ND now coming in with Zap Titans. Now, if you look at this base, you probably wouldn't normally think Zap Titans, but have a look at what ND's done here. I love this. He's bringing the 7th lightning spell, and what does that mean he's going after? Well, look at the value you can get. He can now get the Scatter, Expo, Rage Tower, and Archer Tower. Like, that is crazy value. And base builders are just not ready for this style of hit. No one thinks you're going to bring 7 lightning spells to get rid of a scatter shot as well. But ND is ready for it here. And we're just going to get so much value from the lightning spell. Now, this does mean we have 1 less rage spell with our attack. Notice dropping 1 rage spell, bringing an extra lightning and an extra freeze. So it's not all perfect. We're still going to have to do a lot with this attack. But that is just ridiculous value. And look at what it opens up now. We're actually bringing 5 Titans in this attack, which is unusual. Most Zap Titan attacks bring 4. But we don't need wall breakers in this attack. And we don't really need 2 witches. Going to bring 1 witch with this one. But the siege barracks is going to set up an excellent funnel here. And then we can just jump on this CC and get across the entire base. It's just worth it. King's on the bottom side. We can have 4 Titans going in the center, the other Titan and the P.E.K.K.A down the bottom. And we are just chilling at this point. And now it's just a matter of when we use our 1 rage spell. You cannot waste this rage. So gonna come in and have an emphasis on using the freeze spells early. That's a nicely timed freeze. Unfortunately, 1 Titan died beforehand. Here comes another Titan out of the siege barracks. So we're up to 6 Titans in this attack. I mean, that is so many Titans. What is the base meant to do? Now, Warden ability went off automatically here. Sorry, we did not set that off. The Warden is getting targeted and will go down, but we've still got so many Titans up. Our RC's on the left side because the King cleared out an entire scatter compartment by himself. And yes, the back end of this base is pretty scary, but we've kept our healers up. We will lose some of them the Town of Poison effect, but it does not really matter. There's our last freeze spell. Stop the Warden, stop the multi. Our Queen's still got her ability. The Royal Champion's still got her ability. I mean, this base just got broken down. And this is something that I love about watching the pro teams in Wars, more so than Legends League. In Wars, they have time to plan their hits, and you can see them break down the base, seeing where the weakness is. And the weakness in this base is they didn't think someone would bring 7 zaps and 1 quake. Any Queen Charge recall attack is really strong, but my favorite one to watch, actually maybe it's the Queen Charge recall. Edrags is my favorite, I lie, but Super Drags is a close second, because I really like how Dimmer takes down the base here. Now, I'm going to quickly say sorry to BFC Esports. They're the only team that gets 2 of their bases shown in this video. Hope you all can forgive me for that, but I just had to show these 2 hits. That last one was awesome, and so is this one. So what do you do with the Queen Charge recall attacks? Well, it's all about maximizing your Flame Flinger and setting up a perfect funnel for your Super Drag. So the Queen on this side is tanking the ground bow, but more importantly, setting a funnel, getting rid of that outside air defense. And then as soon as she gets rid of that mortar, we're getting the Queen out of there, because look, I'm going to pause it quickly. What over here, aside from the Queen, can take out the Flame Flinger? Nothing. And we're happy if the Flame Flinger just gets these 4 buildings. It's cleared an entire side of the base. That's considered good value. Now we drop the Queen on the top side. She's going to get rid of the other air defense. And as soon as that air defense is down, you're going to see we have a really good funnel to the Town Hall. And as is customary with most box bases, both sweepers are facing the back end of the base, which means we can send our Super Drag straight into the Town Hall and it should be fine. Now, don't get me wrong. it's not going to go down easily. You're going to notice the Super Drags do die quickly. The Town Hall Poison effect is ridiculously strong. So if there's any sweepers facing the Town Hall, you cannot do this strategy. But there isn't, and that's what's going to happen here. Perfectly timed Warden ability. We use another Rage here. I believe this is the last Rage we're going to use with the Super Drags. I'm going to save the other Rages for the back end of this attack. Actually, I lie. Uses another one there, but you do need to keep in mind with this attack, you want to keep some spells for your heroes, because we've still got our King and our RC in the toolkit here, still completely unused, and that's what I love about this attack strategy. Super Drag gets rid of that ground bow, and that is huge. That is huge for us, because now our Queen's on the outside of the base, and she's chilling. There's nothing really to kill her. She's just on the outside of the base. Now we're going to use our King, and he's going to help funnel the Queen back inside the base to go in and get this Eagle, whilst also tanking for her, because he should tank the Eagle on the next wave of shots, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, the Eagle goes after the Super Minions. By the way, he brought Super Minions in the Flame Fling, which is just really cool. They took down the air defense from range. Sorry we missed that, but I was just keeping an eye on the King and the Queen. We used the Rage spell on our Royal Champion. Gonna freeze to help her out. This base is wrecked. And this is the exact sort of base you want to look for when it comes to Queen Charge recall attacks on box bases. If there's like easy Queen Walk on either side, easy Flame Flinger, then like your funnel into the tunnel is going to be beautiful, and the back end of box bases are usually quite open, and the heroes can just roam as they please. Final attack of the video here, and I had to show this one. We've had it on the channel a couple of times before in terms of Legends League attackers, but doing this in War is something else entirely, and you see it there. Uses the wall breakers to open the outside of the wall, and now Koreshi is going to go in here. Have to use an early Rage. Now, you might think he's doing a Queen Charge attack strategy here, but he's not. This is a Super Bowler Smash. We're going to start out with the Queen Charge instead, because on box bases, if you can take down the Town Hall with a Queen Charge, then send your Super Bowler Smash straight through the Town Hall, then you are set up for success. So Queen's on the Town Hall now. Are we going to use a Freeze or a Rage? We use a Rage spell. Nicely done. Yet again, Flame Flinger on the outside of the base. Anytime you can get a Flame Flinger on a corner, this attack strategy is going to work really well. King's on the top side. We don't need him to come into the base. And look at this, right? The Super Bowlers, because there's a perfect funnel set on both sides, they go straight in. But the reason this is really nice is we don't have to use our Warden ability through the Town Hall. Yes, our bowlers are taking a little bit of damage, but that's fine. That's not Warden worthy. And what this means is we can use our Warden ability on the back end of the base to negate these Rage Towers. Because, yeah, you see the Rage Tower goes off here, and our Super Bowlers are under a lot of damage. And if we'd used our Warden ability through the Town Hall, then, like, the Super Bowlers would die so quickly here. But that is not the case. Oh, my word. Go back. If you didn't see that, the Eagle and the Monolith went down so quickly. Oh, it's just such a good attack strategy. Now we got the RC on the top side. She's hanging out with the Yetis. I didn't know he had it. It must have been a funnel Yeti he used with the King. But yeah, he's still got all three of his Super Bowlers up. And that's when you know you wrecked a base. When all of your Super Bowlers are alive. Uses our final spell to help out the Royal Champion. She's going to take down this scatter comp by herself. And that right there is as GG as it gets. Yet again, Super Minions coming out of the Flame Fling. I kind of like it, because they'll outrange most defenses, get some good value, and even if there's one Sam on the outside of the base, you'll still have plenty up. But that's it for the video. I really wanted to show you these attack strategies, because they are normal attack strategies for the most part, but E.T. Badzinger specified the army for each base, broke it down, looked at the weaknesses in it, and executed their attacks flawlessly. One player of E.T. Badzinger that we didn't show in today's video is Cadiel. So if you want to see some of his attacks, trust me, we'll have some of his in the future. But if you want to see some of his attacks now, I'll link some live attacks of his on the left. That man is insane. And I think it says a lot about E.T. Badzinger that Cadiel somehow didn't feature in the video today, because these attacks were epic.